Fraser.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. Prime Minister Abbott told a press conference this week that the upcoming budget would be, quote, much less exciting than last year's. This suggests to me, Deputy Speaker, that the Prime Minister found it exciting to end the jobs of 11,000 public servants, many of them residing in my electorate. This cut to the public service is the deepest yearly cut since John Howard's first term as Prime Minister. Many Commonwealth agencies are currently reluctant or unable to take on full-time permanent staff due to restraints on recruitment, but they're spending more on hiring contractors. I've spoken in this place before about a couple who approached me at a mobile office in Gungahlin. They said that the only thing holding them back from starting a family was the fact that, due to the hiring freeze, she hadn't been granted an ongoing job, and without the security of maternity leave, they didn't feel they could start a family. So much for a family-friendly government. The government, of course, makes up claims that Labor had a secret plan for job cuts. There was no secret plan, Deputy Speaker. When Labor was in office, public service numbers increased in line with population in every year except the final year in office. That's because the public service is mostly made up of people who staff offices such as Centrelink and Medicare and the family assistance offices, work that needs to expand as the Australian population expands. Labor had an efficiency dividend, it's true, but our policy was always to focus on jobs last. By contrast, the Liberals focus on cutting jobs first. We now have, despite the fact that he's saying that the budget will be less exciting, we have the Prime Minister refusing to rule out additional cuts beyond those already announced. There's a long-awaited review into the nation's Defence Department, and bosses of the department in Canberra have begun telling staff that the first principles review are going to require between 1,000 and 1,500 job losses in the next 12 to 18 months. We've got, particularly in the town centre of Belconnen, significant uncertainty as a result of cuts to the Australian Bureau of Statistics, the Australian Tax Office, and the possible closure of the Department of Immigration and Border Protection in that town centre. Moving 4,000 staff out of Belconnen would cause many small businesses to shutter their doors. They simply couldn't stay open if you took that demand out of the Belconnen town centre. The department gave itself 15 weeks from the close of tenders last year to make a decision, and that self-imposed deadline has now passed. I'm going to be holding a forum in Belconnen tonight, along with local MLAs Chris Burke, Yvette Berry and Mary Porter, and we'll be speaking there to many concerned residents in Belconnen. The forum's being convened by the Belconnen Community Council and Belconnen Community Services, and are giving a platform to the great concerns about what will happen to Belconnen if immigration is to shutter its doors in that town. More than 2,500 people have already signed a petition to keep the Department of Immigration and Border Protection in Belconnen. Local businesses need the department to stay, but they're already feeling the pinch as a result of the uncertainty about the government's plans. As in so many other areas, the government's lack of vision, their ad hoc decision-making processes is hurting business. So I'll be joining local business representatives, community spokespeople, other political representatives for the area to give voice to those deeply felt public concerns about the possible move. My petition encouraged residents to include a personal message to the Minister. One of the most resonant stated very simply, quote, people make up our community. Don't take the people away.